Are you running a business and tired of manual record keeping? We're talking about messy paperwork, missed sales, missed stock, or even perhaps employee theft. Maybe you simply want to know how your business is performing. Are you winning or losing? How much profit did you generate last month? How much did you sell last year? Or even how much have you been spending perhaps? So in this video, I'm going to show you how a very simple software can transform the way you do business. In this video, we're going to have a quick overview of UgaPOS. This is Uganda's #1 point of sale software. So we shall have a quick overview, what it does, and the value it will be in position to bring to your business. And I'm sure by the end of this video, I'll give you enough reasons as to why you should try out this software. In fact, you can actually try it free of charge at zero cost. You can be in position to try it out in your business, see if it's something that will actually work for you. So without any further ado, let's jump straight in. Alright, so we're going to get started with the desktop application. Now, the system comes with two versions, however, all work seamlessly. So the desktop app, this is where we normally do much of the simple everyday transactions. That's where we record them from. So we're going to try this out on the desktop and see what it does. And the bit about the desktop app, you'll be in position to work even without internet. So the first time we log in, it's going to synchronize to download all the data from the web so that the desktop has the latest information, and with that done, it will keep a copy of that information on the computer temporarily. So that means if you turn off this online mode, I put it off now, here I will be in position to work even without internet. I can be in position to enter sales and the rest. However, if I turn it back on now, that means everything that I do will be in position to synchronize automatically on the web. So this is where we make our sales from. So it's just a matter of here, if you have a scanner, you can touch the scanner there, scan the product, or you can simply come and type in the products that you want to sell. Maybe I want to sell 6 of these. I add maybe some more items right here. Let's say we're going to sell these like 3 of them. Once that is done, as simple as that, the system will be in position to calculate for us how much money is supposed to be paid by this customer, enter the discount if there is any given amount received, and you can select the payment option. How is the customer paid? Is it mobile money, cash? You can also be in position to do that. In the web, we shall be in position to see where these transactions are actually logged, and once that is done, I can come here and simply save the order. So it will give us a preview of how the order actually came about. I can come here and print, complete and print, or I can simply complete and exit in case I don't want to give out a receipt. And on the same note, we can also capture customer information. By default, we have a default customer here. Let's say that is a new customer, walk-in customer. However, I also have the option of coming here. I can enter customer details. Either it's an individual where we capture simply the name and telephone number, or if it's an organization where we can capture the organization name and the rest of those details. Yeah, so basically that's the point of sale on web. At the same time, we're able to sell either at retail price or wholesale as well. So when we're configuring product information, we're in position to enter both the retail price and the wholesale price. Maybe we can demonstrate this a little bit more. So here, let's say we're going to sell these diapers, 5 of them at retail. They are each is costing 15,000. This price is actually editable in case maybe we sold this a little bit higher or maybe a little bit lower. We can edit the price. On the same note, I can also change if it is wholesale. Definitely the system now will be in position to sell that particular item on retail price. Then still on the desktop, even if we're offline, we can be in position to have a quick report of all the sales that have been made within that specific time frame. So for today, we've only made 240,000. And then on the other note, still we can also be in position to see the data report. Here basically we shall be in position to see all the customers that have taken on credit. So that is the essence of the data report. For this case, we've not taken any. Maybe we can just record a credit sale. For this case, if it's a credit sale, it's mandatory. You have to enter customer information, select customer information. Maybe we're going to sell, let's say, this particular sound core. We're going to sell 5 of them, and then let's say this customer has only paid has only paid, let's say, 200,000, and there is a balance of 200. That is now a credit. I come here, I save it. The system will be in position to complete that sale, and when you go to the data's report, we shall be in position to see this credit sale. There is 200,000 paid and an outstanding balance of 200,000 Ugandan shillings. Now, going to the sales payments, if you want to see how money has actually been coming through, we want to have a quick report of the payments that we have received for that particular day. As you can see, we can select different date ranges. So we're looking at the date range for today, and we can always go to the view details part, and we're in position to see the payments that have actually come through as well. So we shall see later on the web, where we're in position to get a detailed report for these payments that have come in within specific time frames. On the same note, we also have a customer's book. This is basically where all our customer information is actually logged. So we're in position to see how everything is working. We can also check out their profiles as well. And then on the other note, we also have stock management. Basically, this on desktop, we shall simply have a look at the quantity or the stock that we actually currently have. But anything to do with adding new stock and all that, we shall be in position to configure that in our back office, or what we call the web. So with that said, we also have expense management still on the web. Even without internet, still we can also be in position to capture expenses as well in the system directly. So we can simply come here, record an expense. We select maybe which expense in particular. Maybe it is rent. How much money probably, let's say we're going to pay 200,000. We put in a description for this, and then I come here, I add this to cart. Once that is done, I can create the expense. So that's it with the expenses. Still, now for those of you who are out of Uganda, or still if your business is operating in Uganda but you operate using different, or what we call multi currencies, still here in the system, you can also be in position to add different currencies into the system. So that's it there. If you want to have a quick report on the recent sales done, you can also be in position to actually see this right here in the system. So when you see this yellow, this orange color, that means that sale did not synchronize, and if it's a tick, that means now it was actually synchronized. So that's it with the desktop app. Now let's go straight to the back office, or what we call where we basically manage everything, where we can configure our products and the entire business as a whole. So this is where we shall come on the desktop, or sorry, on the web. Here we're in position to we land directly on the dashboard. Now the dashboard will be in position to give us a quick summary of everything that has transpired in that particular day. So we're in position to see the total sales that have been made. If you click right here, so you'll be in position to go to a comprehensive report that shows you all the items, all the sales that have actually been made within that particular time frame. And then on the other note, still we're in position to see creditors, credit sales, the total expenses made for that particular day, the total stock value, and the system will be in position to quantify for you the stock value. So now this is stock value as per buying price. So you'll know that, okay, in my shop the stock value is probably maybe 140 million Ugandan shillings. So if there's any purchases done, still we shall have a log here, and if you click here, it will take you to the detailed purchase report. Creditors, how much has been paid, the net income. You're in position to know exactly how much profit you've generated within that specific time period. So we have a bunch of graphs and quick reports here on the dashboard. So still, you're not only limited to selling on the web, you can also sell on the desktop, you can also sell on the web. So this is mobile responsive. That means you can also do all this work even on your phone, as long as you have an internet connection. The desktop, you can even work without internet. Now let's have a quick overview about some of the reports. We looked at the sales report. Here you'll be in position to see all the sales that have actually been done within that specific time frame, and at the same time we have a filter here where we can go forward and view sales for these particular time frames. Maybe I want to have a look at the sales that have been made within the last 30 days. So the system will be in position to give you a quick report on how all the sales that have been made within that specific time frame, as you can see right there in the system. Yeah, so we also have some action buttons where you can edit the sale, reprint the receipt, even returns. So if your business actually normally has some bit of returns, you can also do the same right there. So some of the other reports we can look at, we have the profit analysis report. Now the system will be in position to automatically generate for you the profit that has been generated. Now this report is defaulted by that particular day, so you're in position to know exactly how much profit you've generated. Now this is gross profit. However, we're going to see later on where the system goes further to actually generate for you what we call the net income, or what we call the net profit. So here we're in position to see that, okay, for today we've only gotten a profit of 250,000. It also goes forward to show you the different items that were sold, the profit that was generated from each particular item, and even the profit margin. So you can know which items are more profitable so that you can actually market them more, and also you can in position to sell them more. So we looked at the sales payments part of it. Here we shall have a log of all the payments that have been coming through. So now this is specifically for cash. We shall be in position to see all those payments. Now in case your business there are returns, there are cases where customers make returns, so we shall have a report of all the returns that are being done within that specific time frame. And then credit sales, so for those customers that took items on credit, we shall be in position to have a quick report on all the total sales and how much has been paid on those credit sales. And then lastly, we also have what you call the net income. Now this is a very important report. Here you're in position to see the profit, the net profit you've actually generated. So the system will show us the gross income, and it will also subtract the expenses that you've incurred within that time frame, and it will give you the net income for that particular time frame. So here it is showing us for today, and at the same time we're having gross profit of 250 because we've not spent any money. However, I can also be in position to say, okay, I want to see the profit we've generated over the last 3 months. We shall simply come here, and the system will be in position to show us the profit that we generated, the expenses we incurred. It gives us it subtracts that and gives us a total net profit. Now for our demo account, we see we have a net profit of 11,644,000 Ugandan shillings. Yes, as you can see, it will list for us all the sales that were made and all the expenses that were incurred within that specific time frame. So that's a quick review of about some of the reports that we have. We also have things like where we in position to configure our products. So this is basically where we in position to do it. Number one, we're in position to enter different brands. Now for pharmacies, whereby you find you have a bunch of drugs that have different brands, so the same drug but different brands, or perhaps maybe those of you who sell phones, something like that. So here we're in position to enter the different brands in the system, and we shall be in position to specify that, okay, this paracetamol is for this particular brand, or maybe this phone is particularly this particular brand. So we can create categories, we can create unit measures as well in the system. And as you can see, we shall, when we come to creating products, here we have what we call multiple units. So in the system you can add multiple units to the system. For example, if it's a retail shop, you may find someone selling maybe a single piece, they're selling cartons, or they're selling maybe boxes. So for the same product, you can be in position to enter different unit measures for the same product, and even specify this the price for each particular unit measure. For those of you who have services, we also got you covered. You can also configure services as well. At the point of sale, you can also sell services as well. So that is with products management. We also have stock level, that is stock management. Basically, this is where we're in position to see everything stock. So in the system, we shall be in position to see have a quick look of all the items we have in stock and even their current quantities. Yes, we have the low stock report here. Basically, we shall be in position to have a report on all the items that are soon running low. As you can see, all our reports can be exported. We have these action buttons where I can export maybe in PDF or even Excel. Yeah, stock movements report. Basically, here we shall be in position to have a quick overview of all the items, how the items are moving, either whether they were reconciled, maybe they were sold, or something like that. Product batches. Yes, my guys in pharmacies, we have you covered. So we can also add different product batches, expiry dates, and all that. In case we are adding stock, we are bringing in new stock, this is basically where we're in position to come. So if you have a question and I haven't answered it, please make sure you type it in the comment section. I'll be in position to, I'll get time and answer that question. So this is basically where we enter our stock into the system. If you want to have a report on all the purchases that were done, we're in position to have a look at all the purchases that were done. So now these were credit purchases, and if you go to this particular page, we shall also be in position to go to the details page and see the particular purchase that was made. So if it was on credit, we also have a button here where we can make payment, record a payment for that particular purchase. Yeah, so for those of you who have multi branches or even stores, we have here where we can transfer a stock. So stock transfer can be inter-branch, or it can be maybe through stores or something like that. And then we also have what you call reconciliations. Now for whenever you do stock taking, this is basically where you come and do it from. So you simply come here, a new reconciliation, you select the specific store, and it will list for you all the products that you want to reconcile. We assume you're not going to reconcile the whole shop, but you can specify the specific items that you want to reconcile. Maybe these are the items that I want to make sure I reconcile. So we come here, I start reconciliation. So once that is done, the system will list for us all the products right there and their quantities. That is the quantity the system has been counting. However, we can enter the actual quantities after the physical count. Now, any differences, we shall be in position to find that in the reconciliation report. Maybe we can have a look at one of the reports here that were generated already. So if you have a look at this particular report, if you go to details here, we shall be in position to see the reconciliations that were done, and at the same time to show us the system stock. It will show us the physical count and then the variance. The variance basically will be the difference. In case there are any differences, if it's a negative difference, then that means we shall be having we are having a shortage. If it's a plus, then that means we actually have a positive, which means maybe some stock was brought into the shop and never recorded in the system. Now for those of you who have stores, we have somewhere here where we can be in position to configure stores directly in the system, and then at the same time we have somewhere where we can keep track of supplier information in the system. So this is basically where we're in position to enter that information in the system. So we can add suppliers, and at the same note the system also goes forward to create what we call user profiles for these suppliers. So it will show us the supplier details, give us an overview about the suppliers. We have here what we call the purchases. So all the purchases that have been done with that particular supplier, all those purchases will be logged right here in the system. You can also go to the details page and see the details of that particular purchase. And then we also have what we call the credit history. So if you've had any credit with that particular supplier on the profile, we shall be in position to have a quick overview of all that particular information. So that is it when it comes to supplier profiles. And then going forward, we also have customers. Basically here, this is where we're in position to enter customer information directly into the system. And at the same time, the system goes forward to create what we call customer profiles. So any transactions we've had with that particular customer will be logged right here. We shall have an overview. We can have a look at the sales history of that particular customer. If there are any deposits, now for businesses that allow deposits, for example hardwares, you accept deposits from clients. Maybe for those of you who sell phones, laptops, you accept deposits from clients. You can also be in position to do that here. You can record deposits right here. On the same note, if you have any credit, if this customer has any credit, we shall also have a look at the credit history with that particular customer as well. So that is it. We can also, in case maybe customers decide we want refunds for our money, we shall also be in position to have a log of all the refunds that have actually been done within that specific time frame. Now the other thing we have what we call expense management. So basically this is where we're in position to enter expenses into the system. We also have what we call the monthly profit analysis report. Sorry, the monthly expense analysis report. Now the system will list for us all the months within that particular year, and at the same time it goes forward to break down the specific expenses that have been incurred within those specific months, so we can have a look at the entire year and see how actually money has been going out of our business. And if you're interested in a specific month and see probably how the money was spent within a specific month, we have this details page where you can be in position to have a report of all the expenses that were done within that specific month. Now we have somewhere where we can configure the different expense categories. Taxes. Now for those of you who maybe want to track the tax that is maybe incurred on the different products and the tax you've collected, so this is where you can be in position to add the different taxes. And we can also have a sales tax report. So whenever you sell an item that where you're charging some maybe tax, the system will be in position to show you literally here the tax that you have collected from the sales that you were made. Now, a disclaimer: the system is not integrated with IFRS. It is not integrated with IFRS currently. However, that is a possibility on request. On the same note, we also have what we call payment modes. Basically here now, this is where we are in position to configure the different payment modes into the system. Yeah, now we also have something like maybe money transfer. So if we want to transfer money from one account to the other, we shall be in position to do this right here. We have a new transfer button here where we can do the transactions in the system. Cash in. So if you've gotten a loan, gotten some money from out of the business and you want to inject it into the business, so this is basically where you will record what you call cash in. And if you want to take money out of the business, we shall record what we call a cash out. We have the daily report. Basically here we shall be in position to have probably something like a summary of how the transactions have been happening within that specific time frame. So it will load for us the different accounts and we can always see the opening balance for each particular account. For example, let's use the cash. If I click on it, now this is a report for today specifically. So when we started the day, probably we started with 841,600 shillings. So that means that is money that was kept in the drawer when we started the day. And now we've had some sales of 240. We also have a credit sale of 200,000. Now our closing balance, if we ended the day today, our closing balance would be this. And if this money is not transferred tomorrow, this will be exactly our opening balance. Yeah, so that's it there. We also have things like user management, where you can be in position to add different users to the system using roles and permissions. You can specify what these people do and see when they log into the system. So these are the different roles, and we also have what we call permissions. Here I'm in position to specify what these people can do and see when they log into the system. So that is it for now. I hope you've gotten value from this video. Now, if you've gotten value from this video and you think this is something that will work for you, I want you to go to our website, that is UgaPOS. I want you to go check out UgaPOS. You can go to your Google. Yes, you go to Google right here and look for UgaPOS. This is going to be, I'm going to leave a link in the description below. You look for UgaPOS. Yes, so when you get to the website, when you look out for UgaPOS, simply come right here, go to our website, and you can actually sign up for a free trial. So you can try out this software free of charge. Click here, free trial, and fill in the form. So our sales team will be in position to reach out to you and give you a free trial. So if you've gotten value from this video, make sure you give our video a thumbs up and consider subscribing. As I said, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. God bless.